I wanted to speak a little bit about what people in Indiana are accustomed to as far as living standards. I think most people that have grown up around here are used to living in single-family homes. It's a good-sized metro area, but it still has a small-town feel to it, and most people prefer to live in the single families as opposed to apartments or condos. And the cost is really about the same. So if you have a home that's in the $1,000 price range, and you have an apartment that's the same price range, most people here would prefer to rent the single family home. And that's one reason why it's a great place to own the investment properties. We have typically 3 and 4 bedroom homes. This is a good example here of a ranch style 3 bedroom, 2 bath, and that seems to work very well as far as an investment property goes here in Indianapolis.
I'm really excited because I'm going around and getting a really good feel of the different kinds of neighborhoods that we're going to be buying in. Some older, some newer, some kind of mid-level. And so what's nice about this area is I'm looking around, and what I see is they're all making improvements. I can hear people trimming their trees off to the side. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but you're able to get a lower price deal that with a very small amount of typically mostly cosmetic work. So come on and meet me inside. This one right here that I'm in is actually kind of in the mid step of the process. We've picked it up, we're in the rehab process, and it's really exciting to see all the detail and all the attention they put to putting this house together so it's packaged appropriately. This is one of our little bit older homes. This home was built in the 80s. We have homes that are built in the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. And so really I'm just trying to give you a really good smattering of what you can be expecting, what you can look for as we do more and more real estate out here.
I wanted to talk a little bit about an older home. This home was built right around 1980 versus a newer home that might have been built in the 2000s, and just kind of really there's not a whole lot of difference. The neighborhoods are the key thing. We are down on the south side of town. It's an excellent school system. Some people might not be able to afford to rent, and pay $1,200 for a house that was built in 2010, but they still have the same benefits of the area and the school system for their kids, so they might have to rent something a little bit more affordable, and that's why we do these type of houses. We don't have a whole lot of natural disasters here in Indianapolis. The walls are never going to fall down on the house, so the important things are to make sure the mechanicals, the roof, the windows, all of those items are replaced, and that way there's not going to be any major maintenance cost that you have to worry about. Those unforeseen costs sometimes can kill you. Your return is very, we're able to calculate that, but if you have a lot of unexpected maintenance, then that doesn't work out that way.
When you look at it, they talk about pre-qualifying. What do you guys do? Is it credit checks, or what is it you're looking at to get the right kind of tenant in there?
Right. I think at the end of the day we have the same goal in terms of you want a good tenant that pays their rent on time every month. We want a good tenant that pays their rent on time every month. It makes everyone's life easier. We want a tenant that understands they have some responsibility with general landscaping, some basic maintenance, things like that. So it is important for us to get a very highly qualified tenant. I can tell you we evict less than 1% of our tenants a year. We rarely have to evict someone. And it all comes down to really putting the effort and time to screen the tenant correctly. So every applicant or every prospect we have that's interested in our properties applies right on our website. It's very seamless integration. It's not an overly burdensome application to fill out, but you have to ask the right questions. So then we take that and it automatically processes a full credit report, criminal background check for us. It performs a tenant performance report, which tells us if they've ever had eviction filed on them.
Okay.
Which is important to know,
Yeah,
because a credit report won't show necessarily if there's been an eviction filed. It would show if there's a judgment against them from an apartment complex. So we of course verify wage. We talk to current landlords to make sure that things are run on time and have not had any trouble that way. And then we kind of summarize that all in this form. It's I call it the cliff notes of an application, and then that is sent off to you as the owner for approval. We do give all of our owners a chance to review the applications.
Okay.
and because we want you to feel comfortable that you're putting the right person in your property. So you're going to see credit score, just some basic information that you need to make a good decision on a tenant. And then we go through the process of getting a deposit signed, a lease signed, and the move-in. So, but we do. It's someone that all our applications are scrutinized very heavily, and we turn down a lot of applications before it even gets to your level because we just feel like it's not a good fit and that we have trouble down the road. So that's how that works.